right, guys, name is Tyler, aka Nanogenix, and today we're over here doing a bit of a speculative video on Golden Week, a huge celebration over in, well, actually over in Japan. It's a real thing, but also gacha games usually have a big celebration with it as well, which of course you can expect Dokkan and Legends. We'll be talking about a little bit about Legends, but the primary focus of today will be on Dokkan. We used to do these a ton. Matter of fact, we did one last year, and you guys seem to enjoy it, so I thought we might sort of throw it back and do that as well, which ironically, this is going up on Thursday. I won't go there with it, but I used to watch a lot of commentary videos back in the day, the OG YouTube, OG gaming YouTube. A lot of it was just people want to talk about things, but throw gameplay up and talk about it, and and there's still commentary videos out there, commentary channels out there to this day. But I kind of sort of thought we'd do that because usually I have some other gameplay going up, but today we're actually playing the game live while I talk too. So yes, we're gonna try and talk about Golden Week, what I think might happen, get you guys involved too. I want to hear what you guys are thinking too, because there's a lot of people think that one thing's happening, but now I think that something else is happening. It sort of threw a wrench into that. So anyways, let's go ahead. Let's actually get started. So if you guys don't follow a ton of Dokkan here on YouTube, I covered it a little bit because there was a change that happened. They extended, for some reason, they extended the U6 event for an extra little bit. And that was kind of weird. They don't typically do that. Why would they extend an event unless a unit was going to release very soon that might sort of need medals from said event? So Team Dokkaner, shout out to Team Dokkaner. I'm pretty sure Truth, I'm pretty sure D-Free and a few other YouTubers over here also covered it. But Team Dokkaner confirmed that there is an LR Kel and Khalifa coming next week, which falls in line with a lot of stuff we're going to be talking about here. So there's an LR Kel and Khalifa coming next week. So that put one of the huge fan theories to sort of rest a little bit, because a lot of people were thinking we're going to get maybe an LR Golden Frieza for LR Golden Week. It sort of lines up, right? LR Golden Frieza was on the Legendary campaign. That was, as crazy as this sounds, guys, nearly 2 years ago. LRVB is over a year old. It does not seem like it's been that long ago since we were covering it, and everyone was just like, dude, what are they doing with this? Why would they have us vote on this? And then the unit doesn't come out for forever. What did they do with this? But LR Golden Frieza was on that list. Matter of fact, there's very few units from that list that are even left that haven't been made into LRs at this point. Full Power Frieza is a boss. So a lot of people were thinking LR Golden Frieza, but if they're going to release LR Kel and Khalifa, which not that they couldn't still do this, they did it for year 4, although year 4 is a bit of a different thing, right? They dropped LR SSJ4s and then just a couple weeks later dropped the LR GT Trio and the LR Super Baby 2. But it would be a little out of line for them to do that. So LR Kel and Khalifa next week will probably be a pretty typical LR banner, whether it's double rates, or it may end up being just your standard sort of LR banner that has like 9 or 12 or whatever featured units on it, just your sort of standard crazy, not that many good units on it LR banner that'll launch. This all is falling in line with exactly how they did it last year. So if you're not too familiar with what Golden Week is, it is a huge celebration over in Japan. It starts on April 29th. If I'm not mistaken, it runs from the end of April until the beginning of May, because it's like several different celebrations. Japan takes it very seriously, right? Like, I'm pretty sure companies actually have vacation time just built into the calendar where workers get to just have that time off to go celebrate with their families and everything else. And so of course gacha games go ahead and sort of join in on that too. And last year's was Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. He was the sort of main release. So what happened last year is for Saiyan Day, we got UI Goku, his actual awakening. Then just a little bit after that, we got the Aegil Turles, which is actually on this team, of course. Then a little bit after that, we got the LR Beerus and Whis. And then we got Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. So this is all lining up, right? Saiyan Day this year, we got Vegeta. Then we got the Global First Extreme Tech Hit. Now we're getting an LR Kel and Khalifa. And so what now sort of sounds like might make sense for Golden Week? The Goku, right? So last year's Saiyan Day was a Goku. The main celebration of Saiyan Day was UI Goku. The main celebration of Golden Week was Vegeta. But now this year, the main celebration for Saiyan Day was Vegeta. So why wouldn't Golden Week just be the flip-flop and be Goku now? So my sort of assumption is that we are going to get a mastered UI Goku. He's in the thumbnail. That's why I absolutely had him there, because that's really what I'm thinking. Now, could they still throw curveball and LR Golden Frieza be a thing? Because I don't think they're gonna make another Dokkan Festival Golden Frieza. Frieza is obviously a hype character, so I guess it wouldn't be too out of the ordinary, but I do think LR Golden Frieza is absolutely going to happen. That seems like a pretty obvious card for them to make at some point in time. I just don't think they're going to do it right now. Now, the other argument too is that a lot of people think they're saving the sort of true to form mastered UI Goku, right? The UI Goku we have right now is standard UI that then can transform into MUI. But I think if they finally do a card like this, it'll just be an MUI Goku. Maybe it doesn't have any transformation mechanic at all, but has some form of an active ability. Whatever that active ability does, that's up to Akatsuki to figure out. So a lot of people definitely think that what's going to happen is it's going to be eventually for like maybe $300 million celebration, because the way that celebrations happen is we have the yearly ones, and then of course you have like Sunday, Golden Week, stuff like that. But then the other big one is usually about that midway point between the years, right? So between year 1 and year 2, that's when we got the 70% leads with Super Vegito and Physical Broly. Between year 2 and year 3 is when we got the new categories with SSJ4 Gogeta and Omega Shinron. And then between year 3 and year 4, that's when we got, which both sides celebrated, $250 million celebration, transferring Goku, transferring Frieza, and the LR Goku and Frieza. So a lot of people thought maybe they'll save a full power Jiren and a Mastered UI Goku for a dual Dokkan Fest to be as part of that. But the other thing too that's not even being factored into this at all is that Dragon Ball Super should, if all the reports are correct, return sometime in July. And of course the manga has already went past Tournament Power, and as soon as that returns, that gives Dokkan and all the other sort of, well, Legends and Buchigiri more fuel, right? Like the second that series is back, then Dokkan, which I'm sure people at Bandai, people at Akatsuki are already working on stuff, probably already know what they're doing with the anime, so they can start building out the characters right now to be ready, so they can drop pretty close to when, you know, hype episodes release and stuff like that. Presumably that the series is going to come back. I fully am a believer that Dragon Ball Super is coming back at some point. Let's be real. Dragon Ball is like at its peak right now. It's not going anywhere. So I'm sure that once that comes back, they could throw a wrench in it, right? That could absolutely, like, they drop some crazy hypeness from new episodes, and maybe something that comes out around that time in August or September, assuming the anime comes back in July, sort of coincides with what's happening in the anime, and that's the $300 million celebration, which I don't know how close we are to 300 million downloads. I don't know if we've already hit it and they're just saving that celebration for later. We're getting really close to it. I don't really know. Or we're not close to it at all, and they do some other $275 million celebration. I don't know, whatever they decide to do as far as the big celebration in between year 4 and year 5. But we'll have to wait, we'll have to see. Now, the other cool thing too that kind of sort of goes along with this is because they celebrated $250 million celebration on both sides, they celebrated now Sand Day on both sides, which is an absolute first. It's very possible we could see Golden Week happen on both JP and Global, which would be really friggin' cool. Really, really cool to see both sides get that. And the only issue would be, well, if MUI Goku presumably would have an active ability. If that's what it ends up being, then what do they do? Do they do a to be released situation with Global? I don't know. Who knows, right? I don't feel like active abilities are that crazy. They couldn't just implement them sooner, but who knows? Anyways, that is my theory right now. That's what I think is going to happen. You guys can let me know what you think. It could still go to the LR and Frieza. It could be nothing of this. It could be a full power Jiren by himself. Could end up being a full power Jiren by himself. But I'm totally going back to the fact that they're just flip flopping the Vegeta and the Goku. They're trying to pull a quick one over us, but your boy Nano's on top of it. And before has nothing to do with any of that. It's like it's a new Merge and Masu or something. You know what I mean? I mean, it could literally be anything, right? I mean, it could be anything. Like, some people will we're claiming like, oh, they're running out of ideas and they're dropping just some of the coolest units we've ever seen. Kid Goku, that is like one of the cooler units they've dropped in a long time. His active ability is incredible. He's such a fun unit to use. Like, it's just cool stuff like that, right? Like they surprise us with. So Akatsuki can surprise us with literally anything for Golden Week. And we're probably all going to be on board because it's probably going to be really pretty for the super attacks and active abilities. And it's probably going to just be a really cool unit in general. But I do think right here, it's going to be an MUI Goku. Now, in terms of Legends, what in the world could Legends do? Which unit? Did he not lock any units on me? Really? Oh, wait. Yeah, he locked the cool. I was like, hit locks units here. So where are the units that he's locking on me? But that was it. Oh, of course, we're not going to get off Golden Frieza super attack here. As far as Legends goes, I think it's pretty much an in-the-bag situation of it's going to be a fusion. But I do think if between now and when Legends year celebration happens, which is pretty much at the exact same time as Golden Week, I could almost see them releasing the blue versions of Goku and Vegeta, because I think they want to release the blue versions of Goku and Vegeta before they drop Vegeta Blue or Vegito Blue. See, a lot of people think they're going to do a blue Gogeta and a blue Vegito dual celebration. I don't think they launch both those characters at the same time. I think those are huge celebrations that they want to happen at separate times, that gets more attention to their app in the App Store, gets more people to come back at separate times, spend more money at separate times. So I don't think we see them release both a blue Vegito and a blue Gogeta at the same time. So I think they either pick one or the other, but I don't think blue Gogeta happens until there is a blue version of Goku and a Super Saiyan blue version of Vegeta in the game first. And so the other thing too, so I think it's gonna either be the fusions, and maybe it is the blue versions of these cards as well. I think we could get those maybe next week. But the other thing too, a lot of people are excited for, and this definitely should be coming up in line with how they've been releasing things, is a version of Vegito in some form, right? So maybe we get Super Vegito before then, and then the hype stuff is Super Saiyan blue versions of Goku and Vegeta, and maybe they throw Rose in there too. That's what I think. I think that's about where Legends is going to sort of end up, as far as all that goes. Let's see here. Yep. We could have totally just taken that blue orb right there, but it's totally fine. We should finish him this rotation, I would think. Getting that buff from that, and third form Frieza there going off. So again, you guys let me know down below in the comment section if you're still holding to you're still holding true to being LR going Frieza, because I know a lot of people were thinking that was what they might do, but I just don't see them, even Akatsuki, I just don't see them releasing back-to-back LRs like that. I don't see it. And again, I could be totally wrong. They could drop an LR run Frieza, an LR merge Masu, a new LR, whatever it might be, immediately after LR killing Khalifa. And maybe they treat one as double rate banner and the other as a standard LR banner that we're kind of used to. They can totally do that too. But my money is on an MUI Goku. That's what I'm throwing down here. We can come back, we can check this video here in a few weeks and see how close I was. But that's pretty much the video, guys. If you have any new to the channel, you're not done so yet, you might consider going down there, hitting that subscribe button, joining the #NanoFam today. You might also consider slapping like button. Again, a little bit of throwback. We used to do a lot of speculative videos. I was actually watching one the other day, and because I was kind of just looking into it to see like how many cards had released that I kind of sort of wanted to release. It's a throwback to, I don't know if any of you guys remember Nichigo, but I used to collab with Nichigo a lot, and he stopped making YouTube videos. But one of the ones I had commented and said I wish they released, or that they haven't released yet, it was still a little, the character list, they had already released quite a few at this point. This was right before the 1.5 year celebration for JP and right before the year celebration for Global. So put yourself about 3 years ago back. But Garlic Jr., he was one of the ones I was like, why have they not released a Garlic Jr. yet? And now 3 years later, we still don't have a Garlic Jr. One of the sort of him and the Doc from one of the other movies. There's like really the only two characters from movies and series, that aren't. They're kind of side characters, but they're not. They still have a little bit of spotlight on them that we just haven't got a version of them at all in Dokkan. So it's just kind of fun to do that. So yeah, we used to do these all the time, and both games have been so busy, it's been hard to ever get around to doing anything like this because it's literally just content constantly from both games. So anyways, guys, as I said, if you're new to the channel, you might consider subscribing, joining #NanoFam today. You might also consider slapping the like button. Guys, have a great day. Keep on keeping on Nanogenix. Sign off, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.